James. Dude, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck was that?
Dude, what time is it?
Time to get the fuck out of here, man.
Dude, it's like late, bro.
I need my fucking night-night juice.
I bet Dave doesn't have to deal with things like this.
Dude, he's literally stuck in a TV.
Yeah. You know what this kind of reminds me of? Adventure Time. An amazing cartoon.
Are you seriously about to film a video?
If you're gonna make me drive out to the store, I'm gonna make a video. Adventure Time was released April 5th of 2010, and I think everyone can agree that it's an amazing cartoon. I guess except for him. There will never be another show like Adventure Time. If you didn't know, Adventure Time was created by Pendleton Ward, and the show stars Finn the Human and Jake the Dog, as they go around fighting monsters across the land of Ooh, a post-apocalyptic candy-like world with different monsters and candy people. It kind of seems like humans are extinct except for Finn. But the show is completely wacky and has nothing but pure creative freedom. And I love shows like that. It's not afraid to be itself. And I think there are some very specific reasons on why Adventure Time is so great. Firstly is passion.
Yay! We made it.
You can always tell when a show has a lot of passion. Think Gravity Falls or regular show. And yes, Adventure Time started off episodic, but it slowly developed an amazing and beautiful story. And it's not even the story that's the best part about the show. It has such a unique look and vibe. And the sound design and music is absolutely beautiful. You can tell with this, even though some parts are more simplistic, a lot of effort went into this. And not even just the story, but there's many episodes that hint to future episodes. Passion carries most shows. Think about the original SpongeBob. Originally, it was filled with nothing but love and joy. But as soon as Nickelodeon was able to grab their hands onto it, SpongeBob became what it is now. But Adventure Time never really lost itself. It did nothing but improve continuously. And that's what I love about it. There's never been a moment where you think, man, they seem like they're bored of this. And they actually have an ending. A lot of shows nowadays don't really have an ending. Family Guy or, well, again, SpongeBob. These shows that have been running for almost 30 years and still going. Loving something is to know when it needs to end. And I think the ending is absolutely amazing. It resolves so many questions and gives me everything I was kind of asking for. The best thing about this show is how they make you feel bad for the villains. The best example of this is Ice King. At first, you might think, he's some weird old pervy guy. But in other episodes, it makes you almost shed a tear for how beautiful his story is. Especially the way he sacrificed his own mental state to protect young Marceline.
You have to keep it together, Simon, for her.
Simon, you promise.
So, apparently, the song that's being sang by Ice King is copyrighted by Cartoon Network. Tom Kenny in specific. Got me blocked in Russia, out of all places. So yeah, that's fun.
Everybody knows your name. Where everybody...
Each character in the show has so much depth. Every little lore thing gets expanded on eventually. You don't usually see a one-off gag that doesn't get expanded on. And I know there's a lot of shows that aren't like this, and that doesn't make them bad, or necessarily that they don't have passion. And with Adventure Time, it never felt like it was overstaying at all. And this segues perfectly into the next reason why Adventure Time is great. The story.
Alright, I got my shit.
Seriously? That's your night-night juice? First off, it's a fucking energy drink. Second, it's absolutely disgusting.
Dude, don't disrespect the ghost. It's insulting to your partner, bro.
Bro. Okay. Wait here, I gotta use the restroom. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, story? What story does Adventure Time have? It's a type of story that a lot of successful shows have. Shows like Steven Universe, Rick and Morty, and Gravity Falls. A type of story where it starts off episodic, where each episode resets at the end. But as the seasons goes on, a real story starts to show, and little small hints and pieces here and there, before it ends with this climactic, amazing, and beautiful ending that no one would have been able to guess by watching the first episode. And actually, this is one of my more favorite ways of telling a story. A lot of people think, oh, this is just a normal cartoon, you know? Nothing really matters until, oh shit, everything's kind of connected. And I don't think Adventure Time would be as good as it is if it wasn't for this very specific reason. Small jokes and hints of characters do get expanded upon. But most importantly, it's the character growth that I think a lot of people like. There's a lot of shows where the main character is just the main character. Doesn't change. Think about SpongeBob. What does SpongeBob have to learn recently? How has his character changed or evolved? Trick question. It hasn't. But with Adventure Time, you can point out when Finn was immature and childlike, and then you can point out where he grew up and actually apologized. See, Finn used to be kind of abusive, especially in relationships. He didn't really understand what love was, just his own satisfaction. And eventually, he learned from that and apologized for all the pain he caused.
When we broke up, I said sorry, but I didn't fully understand exactly what I did wrong. I get it now. I shouldn't have manipulated you. That was a really, really messed up thing to do, and I'm truly sorry.
You've grown up a lot, man. I forgive you.
Awesome.
And like I touched on earlier, Ice King, he was just a character that was, used for perverted jokes. He stole princesses. And then his character grew to a point where you feel bad for him and you sympathize for him. Same goes with Marceline. Marceline was kind of just the edgy vampire character before her story got expanded, and now you feel bad for her. There's no character in this show that doesn't feel at least somewhat third dimensional. There's always more to every character. You just gotta find it. And of course, there's also a real story that the characters go through other than just character growth. And it's very complicated. More complicated than a show like this should ever have, but it works so good, and it just shows how much level of care and craftsmanship there was into this. Because like, you look at the first episode of this show and you tell a random person that it's going to end with God coming down to earth that almost destroys the world, I don't think many people would believe you. Shows like Regular Show also did a very similar concept to this, starting off episodic for most of its seasons before slowly developing something. I think Adventure Time does it better, but Regular Show is a good place to know. It's kind of the same way we learn about the world of Adventure Time, because the world itself and the environment is a character that tells a story. There's so many little details like past technology that doesn't fit in here, like modern day cars or just trash that seems like it came from a world that just doesn't fit this one. And that's what this show does best, is environmental storytelling. Instead of telling you some great apocalypse happened, you can just see that it did, by all the destruction and decay and how much Mother Nature has taken over what once was humanity. And I think that's absolutely beautiful.
Dude, we gotta go.
Why?
I think I might have pissed off the cashier.
Dude, what did I tell you about interspecies relationships? Gross.
Fuck off.
Anyways, the ending of Adventure Time is pretty cool. It's about war and coming together, but most importantly, sacrifice. And it has a really beautiful ending. But I'm not necessarily here to talk about the actual ending of the show, but what happens after it ended. Adventure Time's been over for 8 years now, and there's still so much untapped story and potential. Think about the Fiona and Cake show. There's so many more unique stories to tell, and even though we've had it for so many years, it's still kind of refreshing to see. The show has so much baked in story and lore that it's almost unending. And yeah, they seem to be milking it a little bit with that Adventure Time prequel show, but that's still better than majority of most reboots nowadays, because a lot of reboots or sequels kind of either feel like a cash grab or a desperate attempt to revive the franchise. This, on the other hand, feels like it's actually trying to tell a story. All in all, I love Adventure Time. It's my favorite cartoon, if you couldn't tell, and I'm excited to see what's going to be new with the IP. And let me know, what do you think about Adventure Time? And I'll see you in the next one. Bye! I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please let me know. And I know, I've not been that consistent. A lot of my time has been taken up lately through me having a job or maintaining relationships or, the potential of me going to college. But I will say, I'm not going to make any promises, but I've recently got Adobe back, and this video has been the funnest to edit in a very long time. There's a bit of passion back, also a lot of creative freedom back as well. And so I don't want to make any promises because I don't know how well I'd be able to hold them, but I do want to upload more consistently. I just need to be able to find a better schedule and better time to be able to do that. But at the same time, I want to make the videos watchable and enjoyable and not rush things out. So it's kind of a slippery slope I'm in. Hopefully I'll be able to upload more consistently soon, but